It is very early when I'm recording this, and I want to record my playthrough of the demo. And I really am excited for this game. I played the original, and I liked a lot about it, and I didn't like a lot about it, so I am excited to see if they can fix the problems, Platonic, to see if they can fix the problems with the original game. I don't know if they can, but it'll be interesting to see. Oh, that's great to have actual good loading times now, because the loading times were trash in the original, like very long, and I wasn't a fan. See, I should have got some water. I noticed that there are people complaining about the little character portraits when they're speaking, and I don't really know what the complaint is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm confused about the complaint, and I don't really care. I guess I just prefer the original one, but I don't think that's important. Well, it is, okay. It's not important to me. So, it's not important to me. But I will never tell anyone that it's not important to them. In my opinion, the most important thing is that this game stops living in the past and feels like a modern game. I really think that was a huge problem with the original. It was trying to live in the past, like trying to live in the past, but like that's a 90s game. Banjo-Kazooie is from the 90s. Oh, I should have gotten those. Banjo-Kazooie is from the 90s. So, just trying to rip that off and put it in a PS4 game was kind of ridiculous. There are very few video games from that era that don't have enormous problems due to being early 3D games. So, that's the issue. Is that too many people... I think sometimes developers, whether indie or not, are like living in a Nostalgiaville. Nostalgiaville sucks. you know, I just, I personally just don't care about blind nostalgia. And, you know, I'm just gonna say that's what I feel that the original game suffered from. You know, it's like, oh yeah, like, this game, I loved this when I was a kid, and it's like, yeah. You know, you loved eating your boogers as a kid too. That doesn't mean you should be doing that as an adult. I still enjoy those games, but not fixing the problems with them in a modern game is ridiculous. And I really respect Platonic, but that's what I got from the original. Yeah, it's fun, it's cute, but it was never going to compete with, like, the modern Marios. By being, like, stuck in the past. There are still some things that you can learn from. There's still some things that you can learn from older video games, and I'm not dismissing them, I love them. But there are also things you should leave behind. Like, what are those things you should leave behind? I think that a lot of games didn't, like, a lot of games like this dragged on and on, especially the Rareware stuff. The worlds were too big. It was just annoying. It felt like they were stretching things out. And I just don't think that was a good idea. God, Capital B is a really freaking timely character. And I suppose he was in 2017 as well. Timely villain. Thanks, Platonic. One thing that already is good about this demo is that they have made the story just pop more and is more dynamic. Also, they brought back the celebration after collecting a thingamajig. Whatever the heck you want to call it. Whether it's a Pagey, a star, shine, or whatever. A jigsaw piece. I like that they brought back the celebration. I thought it was a huge mistake when the original game got rid of the celebration. I thought it was a huge mistake when Banjo-Tooie got rid of the celebration. You know, I'm not asking for a 30-minute celebration, but how do I know the trinket's important if you literally don't show me that it's important? It's very weird. It feels like it's not important to me if there's not a celebration. Sure, maybe you can make, you know, you can say, hey, you can turn it off. Make it optional, fine. But I'll never turn it off. You will never see me, you know, turn off the celebration. I think it's important to these types of games. You know, I'm totally like Rare, but I really thought that Rare made a mistake. You know, I thought they made a lot of mistakes. And the Rare team is obviously massively talented, but I just think there was too much emphasis on giant open world. Not enough on focused gameplay. It just kinda bothered me. So I have to say, I wasn't really shocked about the flaws in the original Yooka-Laylee, because I feel like those sort of flaws were something that, you know, the devs who were formerly, you know, a Rare, of the OG Rare at least, not whatever it's called Rare now, and I'm not saying these people aren't talented, but, you know, they're not the OG Rare. I'm not saying I'm sure they're massively talented, wonderful people, but they are most assuredly not OG Rare, so let's not play games. And I don't blame them for not wanting to, you know, make more Banjo-Kazooie games. I don't blame them for wanting to do their own thing. I would never say I blame them for that. Although I don't know why Microsoft, you know, won't allow someone else to do Banjo-Kazooie, but whatever. Sounds like Toys for Bob wants to do it. So, you know. Sorry, I went on a rant about Banjo-Kazooie, but, you know, I love Banjo-Kazooie, so... I admit, I'm finally playing the second one on my Xbox 360 that I purchased just to play It was years ago I purchased this thing. I'm finally playing it, and I'm having trouble with... I just feel like the game's a slog, man. God, I feel like I'm like bashing the developers, and I'm not. I love them. But I have to be honest about my opinions. I'm trying desperately, but I just feel like Banjo-Tooie is a slog. It's like dragging things out. It takes you like 1,000 hours to get one jigsaw piece. And I don't know, that's annoying to me. I don't want to spend hours just to get one jigsaw piece. It's just insane. And that's like it's like completely the opposite of what the original game is, and I'm like, that's not what I want. Listen, if that's your, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. If that's what you like, if that's your thing, if you like taking 1 hour to get one jigsaw piece or whatever, setting things up to get a jigsaw piece, that's what you like. I am not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying I don't want to freaking do that. And so I won't. If we'll see. I have kind of stopped playing it. I find it to be immensely frustrating. I just want to have fun playing my freaking 3D platformer, man. It's just weird. And I felt like Yooka-Laylee took a lot of those bad lessons that Rare took when it did, Banjo-Tooie and, more infamously, Donkey Kong 64, a game that I just flat out don't like. I totally acknowledge that the developers are massively talented, but I don't like that game. I don't like what it's doing. For one thing, I just don't think a Donkey Kong game should play like that. So, some dragging it out with like 800 characters in one world, it's just, oh my god, I can't. I get angry every time I think about DK64. I really, truly do. It is one of the most frustrating and boring games that I've played. And I played this game, when I was, not an adult in 1999, and I didn't think much of the game even then. I didn't hate it, obviously. I'm sure I even would have told you I liked it. And I even kind of thought I sort of liked it, but I never pretended that I thought that the game, matched Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie. Like, that never happened. I never thought it matched it. So I want to be clear on that. This was not a situation where I was like, oh, this is not a situation like Code Veronica, where I did love that game when I played it as a as a kid. No, what was I, teenager? Yeah. I mean, I was a teenager, you know. I was a teenager, I was a teenager when, DK64 came out as well. So, I mean, I was, you know, a teenager also when, cause in 1999, 2000. Also when, you know, Code Veronica was released, and Resident Evil Code Veronica, and I loved that game, and I loved it, and I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And then, as I started playing it more and more, like, over the years, until I just came to the conclusion that that I don't think it's a good game. I don't think it holds up under scrutiny. So, yeah. That's unfortunate. Oh, come on. Oh, that didn't work out. Yeah, what was I saying? Yes, I think I was trashing Code Veronica again. I'm saying, unlike with Code Veronica, where I found out what is going on with me. I don't know what's happening. Unlike Code Veronica, where I found out, I just realized I didn't like it. As I played it more and more over the years, oh my goodness gracious. I do not know what I'm doing. Don't ask me why this is just one of those moments where, you know, obviously I know how to play the game. It's just a 3D platformer. It's just one of those moments where I guess I'm talking too much, you know? I have these moments where I speak too much. And, so yeah, Donkey Kong 64, I always had issues with it. Even as a kid, and then when I got older, more and more, I was just like, I'm not vibing with this game. Then I played, and the memories that I had of it, I was like, oh, did I even like that? And then I played the game again on the Wii U, and I know the Wii U port has some emulation had some issues, so I'm not saying that the N64 version wouldn't be better. I mean, you know, I'm sure it would be. I know there's some issues with that pertaining to that one, so I want to be clear that I'm talking about just the game. The problems I had were fundamental issues with the game. And I think a lot of that carried over to Yooka-Laylee, you know, the problem I have with that, and then subsequently when I played some of Banjo-Tooie, I have the same problems. I just don't like them dragging out you getting these trinkets on this game. I just don't like it. It just feels like they're just dragging things out for the heck of it. And I'm not, you know, a fan. That health bar is way different from the original. And it looks, oh, I think, yeah, I should get up there. The health bar is way different than the original. And it looks, a lot like the one in, the new Mario games. Okay. Okay. So yeah. This is different too. And that brings me to my thoughts that, you know, after talking about those other games, that brings me to my thoughts on this. Right now, it's playing more like, you know, Super Mario, Galaxy and Odyssey and 3D World. It's more in the vein. And it's more in the vein of those games, and I hope that it, and I like that. I like that. I think that's smart. Okay. Okay. There we go. Nope. I don't know, I think this might be it. Like, it might be 6 pages and that's it. Like, if I, you know, I don't know. So yeah, I like that the, I like that the, game is playing like a modern game. Playing like a game from 1998 is not great. I know I'm gonna be attacked for saying that. If, like, somebody watches my video, which I hope you do, and I hope you comment, and like, and subscribe. I'm interested to see what else they changed and how it's changed. The game's gonna be out soon. Yes, I'm gonna play this. already better than the horrible original arcade games. I honestly don't know what they were thinking. Again, I'm a defender of Platonic, as in, I felt that people should cut them a little slack. And I cut them a little slack too. Like, it was only like, less than a dozen people who made that game? Who made the original version? And let's be honest here, they were, rusty. And I think a lot of people didn't know what to do with 3D platforms at the time. I honestly think a lot of people just did not know what the heck to do. As usual, Nintendo shows the way. God, I don't want to be up there. I guess I shouldn't have walked that close. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it quick. So yeah, this is like a Captain Toad thing, and it's much better than those terrible arcade games that they had in the first one. I mean, the original. I say first one. I guess because I really wish they had just made a sequel and made these changes. I know they made that one, but that's not a true sequel, it's a 2D game. So I wish we'd stop playing games by saying, well, that is a sequel. No, it is. It's a follow-up. It is a follow-up, but it's not a true sequel. Because it is a completely different type of game. That wasn't good. But, I did it. I was being impatient, basically. Okay. Well, this is the end of the demo. I think that this, so far, is fun, and I think Platonic has done a good job of listening to constructive criticism of the original. And I'm hoping that the full game is as much fun as this demo was. Because I can already tell the controls are better, which is amazing, which is great. The controls are better. The controls in the original were, functional. They were fine. They were all right. But these feel pretty good. These feel good. I know this is a different type of 3D platformer from the original I already, and I'm sure there's going to be some controversy with people who, like that old gameplay and want it, Banjo-Tooie with updated graphics, modern graphics, but I personally think that Banjo-Tooie is a slog, and I didn't want that. And I think that that demo shows me that Playtonic um, are are being serious about learning a lot of lessons. Uh, they were making, they were making the game, and the game came out the same year as, and I believe months earlier, but the game came out the same year as Super Mario Odyssey, and that really did the game no favors because it turned a game that's like a 6 or a 6.5 out of 10 into, you know, looking like some horrible game. And and also, like, even at the time there were a lot of reviews that were really, really harsh, and I still don't agree with those reviews. I think the game is still functional. It's just that I do agree that, like, keeping the same old gameplay was a mistake, and I do think they could have done a little bit better of a job than they did. Not like, I understand it was only like the team was very small, and it's not like they had a lot of money, but that's why I don't understand why they went really big with the worlds when they had the limitation. I thought that was a mistake. That you know, but this game is going to be built on top of that game, so some intrinsic flaws are. I don't think that they're going to go away. So I'm not, being delusional about that because they didn't rebuild it from the ground up. It's I call it a remake and a remaster. It's a re, it's both. It's significant changes, but it's still using the same game engine. You can tell. I still, rent some weird camera. I don't know, the camera acts a little weird, but I think you're gonna always have an N3 platformer. So what can I say? I just think that's always gonna happen in 3D platformer. Anyway, I hope you had a fun time listening to my rambling. I say give the demo a shot, and if you like the demo, you're probably gonna get the game. Personally, I'm a huge, massive 3D platformer fan. So yeah, I'm gonna get the game, and I'm gonna eventually get Pac-Man World 2 repack. Um, I haven't even played the first one, but the second one, I've been waiting. The second one looks more appealing to me because it's like more of a 3D game. The other one was like a side scroller, like a 2.5D type of game, which still looks good, but it just wasn't what it's not what I want right now. I'm not saying I won't play it, but sometimes I'm in a 3D platformer mood and I'm like, okay, I want a real 3D platformer. And Pac-Man World 2 repack looks like a real 3D platformer. And obviously, Yooka Replaylee is one as well. And I'm, the games are coming out very close to each other. And the 26th, I believe, for oh my god, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think it's the 26th for Pac-Man World 2 repack, and um, October the 9th for Yooka Replaylee. I hope both of them do well. I love this freaking genre, man. I hope both of them do well, and I want them to do well. So yeah, I really dug this. I really like the changes. I like that they made it more modern. I know that's gonna ruffle some feathers from some people who believe that the pinnacle of gaming is, a game from 2000. And that's fine, but I think 3D platformers are better when they learn lessons from the old games and not just, you know, um, make the same game and keep the same flaws except make it look like a PS5 game. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gonna make it look like a Switch 2 or Xbox Series X or PS5 game. You know, except it's gonna play like a game from 1998 to 2000. I think that's ridiculous. So I'm happy that they're doing this. Would I have preferred a sequel? Yes, but Hopefully they're doing that. Right now, we just don't know. Okay, I am done rambling. Give this demo a try. See what you think. Thumbs up for me. You have a good day. Bye.